It's so funny you say that. I know what page that's on. It's on page 99. It was my favorite quote. They say, what did they say? I come into the room, Jilly drops the vacuum, and I picked it up, and they say that he's like a knight in shining armor. He had the type of charm that phonies turn on and off, but with him it was genuine. It wasn't like a heat lamp. It felt like you were sitting in the sun. I just love that. I love that. That's just great. I mean, I can't think of a more fun part to play, you know, and to have it be that genuine on the exterior, and, you know, not to give too much away, but when the interior is such the opposite. It's a lot more fun. You know, you get to exercise a different muscle that, you know, you don't necessarily do with that type of comedy. It's great. It's great. I couldn't be happier. You know, this is an actor's dream to be able to, you know, run around on a playground with you know, this cast and this script and this director and this character. It's everything I would possibly wish for at this moment in my life, which is great. Well, I come from a pretty affluent town, so you know, it's in Massachusetts. You know, my family was not filthy rich, but I knew enough kids that belonged to the country clubs, the private schools. You know, I got a lot of buddies who, when high school hit, they took off to go do their private schooling, and you go visit these kids, and it really is a different world, the mentality that some of these kids have. And the sad thing is, a lot of the time, it's not their fault. You know, it's you know, it's nurture, it's their environment. It's so embedded, and that's a really interesting phenomenon. That's, you know, a really fun thing to play. To be completely honest, I think it's not so much the fact that he has financial freedom, it's that he really has emotional freedom. I think he feels like, not that he is richer, but that he's just better than everyone, you know, and no one intimidates him, and I don't think I've ever really been like that in my life. I think the closest I've ever come to is I used to go to a terribly geeky acting camp where I was kind of cool. That's my claim to coolness, my geeky acting camp. And I try to remember what it felt like being there and what it felt like kind of knowing that, you know, I'm one of the cooler ones, which, again, is something I've never really felt. So you try and take that feeling and magnify it times 100 and substitute it as best you can. There's a really good scene that I have with Donald where, you know, I kind of come clean with them. Again, I don't want to give too much away, but I kind of come clean, and I do terrible things in the scene. Again, I don't want to give too much away, but it's the first time I think the audience sees that other side of Bryce. So I think that's important to really make sure that that scene hits home.